तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
In the last lecture, we saw about finite state automaton, how a finite state automaton can be used to represent Fortran identifiers or Pascal identifiers, integers, decimals and things like that. And we also saw that the finite state automaton is an abstract model of a synchronous sequential machine. The abstract model, we can also think about a non-deterministic finite state automaton. In all the examples we considered in the last lecture, you may remember that given a state and an input symbol, the next state was uniquely determined. That need not be the case. Suppose given a state and the input symbol, there is some choice of moving into the next state, then what happens? That is called a non-deterministic finite state automaton. Let us take an example. Consider this example. The transitions are marked like this. Q naught is the initial state and Q2 is the final state. What is the set of strings accepted by this machine? First of all, see that if you are in state Q naught and you get the input A, then you have a choice. Either you can go to Q naught or you can go to Q1. There are two choices. Similarly, when you are in Q1 and you get the input B, you have two choices. Either you can go to Q1 itself or you can go to Q2. Now, from the diagram you can see that a string of the form a number of A's followed by a number of B's will be accepted by this machine. We also had a deterministic automaton for that. If you remember, this is the deterministic automaton we had for this Q naught, Q1, Q2 with a dead state, A, B and then B, this was a deterministic automaton which accepted the same language. L is equal to A power n, B power m, a string of A's followed by a string of B's, where n m are greater than or equal to 1. There should be at least one A and one B. Now, look at this diagram. Let us see how a string of A's and B's will be accepted. Take this string A, B, B, B. Start from Q naught, that is the initial state. After reading A, you have two choices. Either you can go to Q naught or you can go to Q1. You can mark it like this. Now, if you go to Q naught, again after reading A, there are two possible choices. Either you can go to Q naught or to Q1. But if you are in Q1, you cannot read a, there is no transition mapping there for that. So, you cannot proceed here. Now, again if you are in Q naught and you get a, the next instance you can go to Q naught again or Q1. From this direction we cannot proceed further. Continuing like this, in Q naught if you get a B, you cannot proceed further because there is no transition mark there. But in Q1 if you get a B, you have two choices, either you can go to Q1 or you can go to Q2. Again in Q1 when you get a B, you have two choices, you can go to Q1 or you go to Q2, but in Q2 you cannot read any symbol, no transition is there from Q2. So, looking at this way, from Q naught after reading A, it is possible that you can be in Q naught or Q1. After reading AA, you can be in Q naught or Q1. After reading 3As, again you can be in Q naught or Q1. After reading AAAB, you can be in Q1 or Q2. After reading AAABB, you can be in Q1 or Q2. But one of the states Q is a final state, Q2 is a final state. So, this string will be accepted by the machine. So, after reading the whole string, there are a number of possibilities for the machine to be in, and if one of them is a final state, the string will be accepted. So, the sequence of states which leads you to acceptance is here. This is the sequence of states which leads you to acceptance, Q naught, Q naught, Q naught, Q1, Q1, Q1. The other sequences may stop in the middle or it may go to a non-final state, does not matter. The string is accepted if there is one sequence of states which leads you to acceptance. That is the definition of a non-deterministic automaton. So, when you connect it with sequential circuits, you generally think about only deterministic automaton. But when we consider as abstract model, we can think both of deterministic machine and non-deterministic machine. Now, in this particular example, you see that the same language a power n, b power m, n greater than or nm greater than or equal to 1 can be accepted by a deterministic machine also. Is it true that in general this will happen? Okay. We find that in general also any language accepted by a non-deterministic automaton can be accepted by a deterministic automaton. We shall prove that, but before going into that, let us go to the formal definition of a non-deterministic finite automaton. A non-deterministic finite state automaton is a phi tuple m is equal to k sigma delta q naught f, where again k is a finite set of states, sigma is a finite set of input symbols, q naught in k is the initial state, f contained in k is a set of final states, delta is a mapping from k into sigma into finite subsets of k. This is where the difference comes. In the deterministic model, it is from k into sigma into k, but now it is from k into sigma into finite subset of k, and you denote it like this, k into sigma into 2 power k. This denotes the all subsets of k. This is called the transition function. Now, proceeding further to determine the language accepted, extend delta to k into sigma star, call it as delta cap. So, delta cap epsilon, delta cap q of epsilon is q for all q in k, and we also extend that to subsets of k. So, if q is a subset of k, delta of q a is union of delta of q a, q belongs to q. So, you are extending the mapping to subsets of k, we need not use a different symbol because delta of QA is the same. Now, how do you define delta cap of Q XA, a string, that is equal to the sets P, the set of states P of the form P is in delta of QA, where what is Q? Q is equal to delta cap Q of X. In essence, it means like this: starting from a state Q, after reading X, you can be in a finite number of states. After reading the symbol A again, from each one of them you can be in a finite subset, that is denoted by this. So, the language actually delta cap Q A is the same as delta of Q A. Since this holds, you need not have to distinguish between delta and delta cap, and the language accepted is denoted by L of m or T of m, and that is equal to the set of strings X. X belongs to sigma star delta of Q naught X contains a state from F. Actually, you know that in the case of deterministic automaton, this is a single state, but in the case of non-deterministic automaton, it is a collection of states. Delta of Q naught X will be a collection of states. If it contains one state from F, then you say that the string is accepted. So, this is the formal definition of acceptance of a language. Now, let us see how we can go from non-deterministic automaton to deterministic automaton. So, any set accepted by a NFSA is non-deterministic finite state automaton can be accepted by a deterministic finite state automaton. Now, before going into the regular proof, we can consider this example, how we can get this from this. Take this example, then we shall go to the formal definition. Let us consider the method used is called subset construction. Now, when you represent the state as a table, you will get like this. The non-deterministic automaton can be represented by a table like this: A, B, Q naught. After reading A, you have two possibilities that you denote as Q naught, Q1. You cannot read a B from Q naught. Then from Q1, if you read a B, you go to Q1 or Q2. You cannot read a A. From Q2, you cannot read anything. So, the state table for a non-deterministic automaton will be like this. For this example, it is like this. You see that from Q naught, if you read a A, you can go to Q naught and Q1, that is written as a set like this, because the mapping is from K into sigma into finite subsets of K. Now, let us try to draw a state table, another one. what is the initial state here? This is the initial state and this is the final state. So, start with the initial state as a set like this. Denote, we are using square brackets to denote that it is a single state. Now, from Q naught, if you read a you can have the possibilities of Q naught and Q1. Actually, you try to construct a deterministic automaton where corresponding to each subset you will have a state here. So, for each subset of the non-deterministic machine will be a single state here. So, from Q naught if you get a you can go to Q naught Q1, that is written like this, and if you go to that is phi, then from Q naught Q1 consider this. If you read from Q naught, if you read a you can go to Q naught or Q1. From Q1 you cannot read a. So, by making use of that union operation, from Q naught or Q1 if you get a, you can go to the union of these two, that is only Q naught Q1. Q naught Q1. Similarly, from Q naught Q1 if you get a B, from Q naught if you get a B you cannot do anything, from Q1 if you get a B you can go to Q1 or Q2. So, from Q naught or Q1 if you get a B you can go to the union of these two, that is Q1 and Q2, Q1, Q2. Now, we have considered this, we have not considered phi in the end we will consider. This again has already been considered. Now, consider Q1, Q2, Q1, Q2, then you will have phi. Now, from Q1 and Q2 if you get a you have to take the union of this is just phi. From Q1 and Q2 if you get a B you have to take the union of these two, that is Q1 comma Q2. This you have already considered. So, the whole table is over now. Here remember that each one is a single state. Okay. Now, look at this diagram. Instead of, I can relabel them. I will relabel the states like this, Q naught, Q1, Q1, Q2. See, this denotes the same table. This one is phi. Even phi I can put within square brackets if necessary. So, only a sort of a symbol, does not matter. So, look at the transition. Q naught A is Q naught Q1, Q naught B is phi, Q naught Q1 A is Q naught Q1, Q naught Q1 B is Q1 Q2 from this table, Q1 Q2 A is phi, Q1 Q2 B is this, and so on. Now, how do you designate the final state and the initial state? The set containing Q naught alone, this is the taken as the initial state, and in this table Q2 is a final state. So, any subset containing Q2 will be a final state. So, this subset contains Q2. So, that is a final state. So, this will become a final state. So, you see that you have the same diagram. I have only relabeled the states and you are getting the deterministic automaton for this automaton. This is to illustrate with an example. Now, the proof also is like this. Let m equal to k sigma delta Q naught f be a NFSA an equivalent DFSA m dash is equal to k dash sigma delta dash q naught dash f dash. Sigma is the same because you are considering over the same alphabet, is constructed as follows, is constructed as follows. K dash is 2 power k, that is all subsets of k will be k dash. Q naught dash will be q naught, the set containing q naught alone. That is, each subset of k will be a state in k dash, and the subset containing q naught alone will be the initial state, and f dash is equal to subsets of k containing a state from F. All subsets which contain a state from S form F dash. Now, you have to define delta dash. Delta dash is defined like this: delta dash some q1 comma, it is a subset qk A, this will be delta of q1 comma qk A. That is, you take delta of q1 A, q2 A, q3 A, etc., find the union, that is given like this. This is the way we have constructed like this. Now, looking at this table also, you see that from q naught, after reading A, you go to this state in the deterministic one, you go to this state in the deterministic one, you go to this one and this one. So, if this subset contains a state from F, the string will be accepted. This is the construction for non-deterministic automaton, and the proof is like this. You can use, I shall not go into the details of the proof because it may take quite some time. The main idea is how you go about the subset construction. So, you can see that use induction and the equivalence can be proved. Use induction on the length of the string. Instead of going to this induction portion of the proof formally, we shall consider one more example. Consider the set of strings over sigma equal to 0, 1, which end with either 0, 0 or 1, 1. Now, the non-deterministic diagram for that will be like this. It will be q naught, then q1, q2, q3, this is q2, q3, Q4. You can very easily draw the non-deterministic diagram like this. First you can read any string of A's zeros and ones, and once you get 2 zeros, that string will be accepted. It should end with a 0 0 or with a 1 1. We can see that this is a non-deterministic state diagram. It is a non-deterministic finite state automaton, because from Q naught if you get a 0, you have the possibility of going to Q naught or Q1. From Q naught if you get a 1, you can have the possibility of going to Q naught or Q3. This is the non-deterministic diagram. Let us construct the deterministic diagram. Draw the state table 0 1. So, you have to start with Q naught. Q naught 0 is Q naught Q1. Q naught 1 will be Q naught Q3, Q naught Q3. Next you have to consider with this Q naught Q1, Q naught Q3, from Q naught or Q1 you get a 0, you go to Q naught Q1 or Q2. Q naught Q1 or Q2. From Q naught or Q1 if you get a 1, you go to Q naught or Q3. Q naught or Q3. And here again you get this. From Q naught or Q3 if you get a 0, you get again Q naught or Q1. If you get a 1, you can go to Q naught, Q3 or Q4. Q naught, Q3 or Q4. Now, for this you have already considered. You have to consider for this. So, next you have to consider for the state Q naught, Q1, Q2, and also for the state Q naught, Q3, Q4. Now, from Q naught, Q1 or Q2 if you get a 0, you again go to Q naught, Q1 or Q2. This is from the diagram you get. From Q naught, Q1 or Q2 if you get a 1, you get to Q naught or Q3 only. So, you get Q naught, Q3. From Q naught, Q3 or Q4 if you get a 0, you get to Q naught or Q1 only. So, Q naught, Q1. From Q naught, Q3 or Q4 if you get a 1, you get Q naught, Q3, Q4. Q naught, Q3, Q4. Now, this is the initial state, the singleton containing Q naught is the initial state. What are the final states here? Q2 and Q4 are final states. So, any subset containing them will be a final state. This is a final state, this is a final state. So, if you draw the state diagram for this, it will be like this. Q naught, then Q naught Q1, Q naught Q3, Q naught Q1, Q2, then Q naught Q3, Q4. Each one of them is a state. This is the initial state and these are final states. Mark the transitions. Q naught 0 is this and Q naught Q1 0 is this. Q naught 1 is this. From here Q naught Q1, if you get a 1, you go here. From here if you get a 0, you go here. If you get a 1, you go here. From Q naught Q1 Q2, if you get a 0, you remain in the state, same state. If you get a 1, you go to Q naught Q3. From Q naught Q3 Q4, if you get a 1, you remain in the same state. If you get a 0, you go here. Now, here again you can very easily see that if you get 2 zeros, you reach a final state. If you get 2 ones, you reach a final state. If you get some sequence and at the end if you get 2 ones, from here if you get 2 ones, 1 1 you will get. From here if you get 2 ones, 1 1 you will reach a final state. Similarly, if you get any sequence of zeros and ones, and if you are in this state, when you get a 0 0, you go here and accept. If you are here, you will get a 0 0 and you accept. If you are here and then afterwards you get a 1, 1 1 you will accept, 1 0 you will go here, then either you must get 2 zeros or 2 ones. So, you can very easily see that from this diagram, any string which ends with 2 zeros or 2 ones will be accepted. And also you can very easily see that this is a deterministic diagram. So, from the non-deterministic automaton like this, by use of subset construction, we have got the deterministic automaton. So, we have seen how to construct a deterministic automaton from a non-deterministic automaton. We can also have lambda transitions. Lambda transitions where from one state, by reading a lambda you can go here, by reading an epsilon or a lambda you can go to another state. And even with this facility, the power of the finite state automaton will not be increased, it is just it will accept only regular sets. The set accepted by a non-deterministic automaton or deterministic automaton is called a regular set. We have also seen, in these cases we have seen this as an acceptor. Next we shall talk about minimization procedure. Look at this diagram, the alphabet is AB. You have 3 states, these 2 are final states, Q0, Q1, Q2. The state diagram is given like this, BA, B, B, A, A. What is the language accepted by this machine? If you look at the diagram carefully, you see that if you get only a string of B's, it will not be accepted. But once you get 1A, you go here. Afterwards, you will be either in Q1 or Q2 only. So, it can be followed by any string. So, any string of A's and B's where there is at least one A will be accepted by this machine. If you do not have any A, just a string of B's, it will not be accepted. So, the language consists of set of strings in which at least one A is present. Now, look at this diagram. I will call the states just S0, S1 instead of Q0 and all, B, A, A, B. What is the language accepted by this machine? It is the same. Any string of B's will not be accepted, but if you get at least one A, you go here and you can read any other string afterwards. So, these two automata are equivalent, they accept the same set of strings, they are equivalent. This is a minimal state automaton, but this is not a minimum state automaton, because you can reduce the number of states. How do we go about reducing the number of states? Before that, we need some definitions of equivalent states and so on. Two states P and Q, you are considering a DFSA, okay. Consider a DFSA. Two states P and Q are equivalent if and only if for any string x in sigma star, that is you are consider a DFSA for which the input alphabet is sigma. Two states P and Q are equivalent if and only if for any string x in sigma star, delta of P of x and delta of Q of x are both in F or both not in F. If you take the state P and the state Q, after reading the string x, you reach a state. After reading x from here, you reach a state. Both of them should be final states or non-final states, whatever may be x. So, for a particular x, both of them may be final, for another x, both of them may be non-final. So, in that case, you say that the two states P, Q are equivalent. P and Q are distinguishable if there exists a string x such that delta of P of x belongs to F and delta of Q of x does not belong to F, or the other way around, So, two states P and Q are distinguishable if there exists a string x such that delta of P of x belongs to F and delta of Q of x does not belong to F. The other way around means delta of Q of x belongs to F and delta of P of x does not belong to F. That is, from P and Q, this x takes you to a state and this from Q it takes you to a state. One of them will be a final state and one of them is not a final state. Then P and Q are distinguishable. Then you see that in that case x is called the distinguishing string, or sequence. This idea of equivalent states and what are the distinguishing sequences, this plays a very important role in computer networks. Though I cannot describe everything in without the proper background, you must remember that this sort of an idea of a finite state automaton where you talk about equivalent strings and distinguishing states and what are the distinguishing sequences, that plays a very, very important role in computer networks. So, if P and Q are two states and their A successors are R and S respectively. That is, R is equal to delta of P of A and S is equal to delta of Q of A. If P and Q are equivalent, then what can you say about R and S? Any string, if it takes P to a final state, it should also take Q to a final state. Need not be the same final state, it can be different. And if it takes to a non-final state, this also should be taken to a non-final state. So, that is true for any string x. If you consider a string of the form x is equal to ay, then the string y will take R to a final state if and only if it will take S to a final state. And if it takes R to a non-final state, S also will go to a non-final state after reading y. So, if P and Q are equivalent, R and S are equivalent. And if R and S are distinguishable, if R and S are distinguishable, what does that mean? There is a string x which takes one to a final state and another to a non-final state. So, the string Ax will take Q take B to a final state and take Q to a non-final state. So, if x is a distinguishing string for R and S, Ax will be a distinguishing string for P and Q. So, if R and S are distinguishable, P and Q will be distinguishable. So, making use of this, you can try to find the minimum state automaton for a finite state automaton. For example, for this one, the minimum state automaton is this. How do we get this? You can see that the states Q1 and Q2 are equivalent, because from here if you read any string, at the end you will go to only Q1 or Q2, which is a final state. From Q2, if you start reading a string, you will again go to Q1 or Q2 only, you cannot go back to Q0. So, that will be a final state. So, any string if you take, starting from Q1 it will be accepted, starting from Q2 also it will be accepted in this particular example. Whereas, take Q0 and Q1, if you take B, starting from Q0 you go to Q0, starting from Q1 you go to Q1, one is a final state, another is a non-final state. So, these two are distinguishable and the distinguishing string is B. B alone will take you to a non-final state here, it will take you to a final state here. Similarly, if you consider Q0 and Q2, they are distinguishable, because if you take B, it takes you to a non-final state, here B will take you to a final state. So, Q0 and Q1 are distinguishable, Q0 and Q2 are distinguishable, but Q1 and Q2 are equivalent. So, you can merge the equivalent states, and when you merge these two, Q0 is here as S0, but Q1 and Q2 are merged as S1. So, starting from Q0, if you get a B, you go here, if you get a A, you go here. When you merge this, when you get a, this is A and this is B. When you get a A, you go here, when you get a B, you go here. This way you can find the minimal state automaton, you have to merge the equivalent states. Let us consider one more example and consider the minimal state automaton. Take this example. You are having 6 states Q0, Q1, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, and what are the sets of strings accepted? If a string contains just one, any zeros followed by a 1, it may be followed by more zeros also, it will be accepted. But if a string does not contain a 1, it will not be accepted. If it contains 2 or more ones also, you go to Q6 and it will not be accepted. So, the set of strings accepted will be a sequence of zeros with 1 followed by a sequence of zeros. Just 1 alone can also be accepted. Now, this is not the minimum state automaton. How will you find the minimum state automaton? To find the minimum state automaton, you have to take all states, try to partition them further and further until we are able to get no more partition. For example, take all of them in one partition Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q0, Q1, Q2 is not there, okay. Q1, Q1, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, take all of them. Now, if you take epsilon as the distinguishing sequence, starting from here, if you take epsilon, you will go to a non-final state. Starting from here, if you take epsilon, you go to a final state. So, first partition into final and non-final states, Q0, Q1, Q6, this is one partition, and Q3, Q4, Q5. And to partition this, you made use of the empty string as the distinguishing sequence. So, non-final states form one block, final states form one block. You have to still try to, the possibility is these may be equivalent, these 3 may be equivalent. You have to test further whether they are equivalent. Now, consider Q0, Q1, Q6. What are the 0 successes for Q0, Q1 and Q6? The 0 successes of Q0, Q1 and Q6 are Q0, Q1 and Q6. That does not make any difference. What are the 1 successors of Q0, Q1, Q6? The 1 successor of Q0 and Q1 is Q3 and Q4, but the 1 successor of Q6 is Q6. So, 1 takes these 2 to a final state, whereas 1 takes this to a non-final state. So, you can split it like this, Q0, Q1 and Q6, and 1 is the distinguishing sequence. Now, look at Q3, Q4, Q5, Q3, Q4, Q5. What are the 0 successes? The 0 successes of Q3, Q4, Q5 are Q5 only. The 1 successes of Q3, Q4, Q5 are Q6. So, further split here is not possible. The 0 successes of all the 3 is a single state, the 1 successes are also a single state. So, you cannot split it further. Now, we have to test whether you can split this further, Q0, Q1. Look at Q0, Q1. What are the 0 successes? The 0 successes are Q0, Q1, they are in the same block. What are the 1 successes of Q0, Q1? Q3 and Q4, again they are in the same block. So, further split is not possible here. So, the diagram, the minimum state automaton will have this. You can merge Q0, Q1 and you can merge Q3, Q4, Q5. Then Q6 alone will be separate. So, this is the final state Q3, Q4, Q3, Q4, Q3, Q4, Q5. Okay. This is the final state, this is the initial state. If you read 1, 1, you go here. If you read 2 1s, you go here. When you read a 0, you are here. When you read a 0, you are here. When you read a 0 or a 1, you remain here. So, you can see that any string having a number of zeros with 1 1 followed by zeros will be accepted. If you have no zeros, no ones, or if you have 2 ones or more ones, it will go to Q6, which is a non-final state, and such a string will not be accepted. So, this is the minimum state automaton for this deterministic automaton. So, we have considered a non-deterministic FSA and seen the non-deterministic FSA are equivalent to DFSA, and they accept only what are known as regular sets. And we have also seen how to minimal state, minimum state, how to construct the minimum state automaton. This also we have seen, and we have also seen what are equivalent states, what is a distinguishing sequence and things like that. In the last lecture, we considered FSA with output. For example, you can consider this one with an input alphabet sigma is equal to 0 1 and output alphabet delta is equal to yes or no. The string will be accepted means you say yes, if it is not accepted you say no, and any string ending with 2 zeros will be accepted and any string ending with 2 ones will be accepted, otherwise it will not be accepted. You can have an automaton like this, 0 no, 1 yes, 1 yes, 0 no, 0 yes, 1. Look at this automaton and consider the string say 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 1, and the output will be 0 no, 0 0 yes, then again a 1 no 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 yes. The output sequence will be like this. Whenever you have 2 zeros, it will output a n yes. When you have 2 ones, it outputs a yes. Now, you are able to achieve this with just 3 states. Having an output mentioned, any string ending with the 2 zeros or 2 ones, you can have an output sequence which outputs a yes when the string ends with 2 0 or 2 ones, otherwise it outputs a no. We have also considered the same thing as an accepting device, and we had a diagram earlier which had 5 states. Actually, we constructed a non-deterministic automaton, and from the non-deterministic automaton we constructed the minimum state automaton, deterministic automaton, which also had 5 states. If you use the minimization procedure by finding equivalent states and all that, you will realize that you cannot reduce the number of states. You will require 5 states for that if you want to look at it as an acceptance device. Whereas, making use of outputs, you are able to reduce the number of states to 3. Here again there are 2 types of machines called Moore machines and Mealy machines. This is called a Mealy machine. We have seen about the finite state automaton, which has got lot of application in the lexical part of the compiler, and also in text editing. There are other things like weighted finite state automata, distributed finite state automata, and integer weighted finite state automata. These concepts are very useful in image compression and image representation. There are so many results about finite state automata. What we have seen is only a brief glimpse of what is a finite state automaton, how non-deterministic automata and deterministic automata are equivalent. The language accepted is a regular set, and it can also be represented by what is known as a regular expression. So, this is just a brief introduction about finite state automata.